Lesson number 6. Learn to find ways to make everything they do funny. I'm not talking about making fun of them. Then you're just being like them. We're not trying to be like them. But when, they're barfing out crap that's not true, why do we get all mental and upset? And so now we're taking an untrue thing and then turning it into a negative vibration thing. Now our vibe's all killed and we're going mental over a made-up thing. Yes, it gets annoying when it influences other people in courts and stuff, but even that, it might take time, even years. Heaven, sage. I'm on a hike. So when you're on a hike, and you should go on them, not because you're a hippie or nature-loving, whatever. I cannot stand hippies. They're literally gross, and they're wrong about, a lot of stuff. And they usually are government ass-kissing idiots still, even though they think they're anti that shit. Sorry, I just lost all my hippies. It's okay. Point is nature is very cleansing and healing to your soul, so you can replenish your energy, so you can go love on your narcissist without getting mental on them. Ding dongs. Hello. Okay, so yes, it gets annoying when it's, taking years to repair damage they did with their lives, but you have to realize something. The people that fall for that shit are to blame for it, not the narcissist, actually. What? They're the victims. No, they're not. They're the ones that just instantly believe shit that barfed out of some idiot's face. They're the ones that took action on it against you, violently attacking you, yelling at you, calling you a whore, insane shit. This is stuff I've experienced, okay? Over literally 100% made up crap. Yeah, they instigated it. Yeah, they did that. They started it. They put it in that person's brain. But it is that person that fell for it. And it is that person that's responsible for it 100%, because narcissists can't do shit. They can't do any of the stuff they do if it wasn't for those of us who fall for it. Ding dong. Learn to be more discerning. Learn to do your diligence. Learn to take more time. Slow the fuck down. Stop being such a dipshit, instantly reacting to something that barfs out someone's face. No matter how emotional they are, no matter how triggering what they said is, we shouldn't be getting that triggered instantly and reacting to things so instantly. So the obvious fact or reality of these personality disordered people is that they are just a consequence of where we are at ourselves. I just found a perfect walking stick. Not that I need one, but I can shoo off more cows if they come along. My last video, there's cows. So these narcissistic personality disordered people and otherwise disordered people are people of whatever variety, shape, whatever. I only use the label because that's what they're being labeled as, to make the point and to get the attention of whom I'm trying to get the attention of. They only are doing this on this planet because they're being helped and allowed to get away with it. Because ding-dongs like me buy into their shit and help them. Like us. So, is it wrong to love a person like this? No. They're human beings on earth that need love and need company and so forth, but it is wrong, and our bad, for falling for their shit. So this will be a fun example. Oh wait, okay, I'm not going to give the full details. It's not necessarily appropriate, am I? Do I care about appropriate? Never have, and never will. Okay, so my baby daddy told me he kicked out his girlfriend, and he's done with her because she yelled out some other dude's name while they were, whatever. And so that was hilarious, because when you're old, Oh, apparently she's 21. She's not old. Well, most 21-year-olds have already been whores and slept with a lot of dudes. Anyways, he assumed that she has a lot of boyfriends, and that's why she yelled out some other dude's name. So I told him, I said, well, that doesn't mean she has another boyfriend right now. It just means she's had another boyfriend in the past. She's obviously had sex before. She's having sex with you. And, she's had other boyfriends. And probably quite attached to a lot of them. And it's easy to accidentally, blurt out someone else's name if, it's pretty close to, the time where you've been with someone else and then you broke up with them and then now you're with a new person, which you should never do, but most people do because in our society we're programmed that's perfectly fine. Fuck after the third date, etc. So, the whole thing's a nightmare and is wrong. We should not be doing any of that, but that's what people do. That's just factually how the majority of people. That's what you see in the movies and the shows, and so you think that's how you do things, and that shit is, I don't know if it's intentionally programming people to be stupid or not, but it is programming people to be stupid. And so I told him, Heller, that doesn't even mean that. You just got triggered and assumed that, and so now you're, probably most likely blew it out of proportion and, broke up with her for no good reason. But maybe she does, who the freak knows? But the point is before just instantly reacting, do your diligence, do a little research. Because, there's no way that he really, digs this chick like you should if you're sleeping with somebody. Because he's just a whore himself. But say he did really like her and did really want to be with her, and then he ruins it over made up shit. And then ruins it over made up shit for what? Because you couldn't do your diligence, you couldn't slow the fuck down and breathe instead of react and just shut the fuck up and sit with shit for a minute. Slow down, sit shit for a minute. So, he messed up, maybe. And I brought it to his attention. I forgot what this video is about. Okay, so see what happened is that hits home, right? Because I've had that done to me, where I'm having to wait years for people to wake up and see reality. And I'm telling you, when it's someone close to you that you really give a shit about, and then you have to be patient and wait, holy hell. And when you have to deal with a court system and there's a lot of money involved, and you'd rather have that money to use on your kids, oh my god, for real, I'd rather take my kids hunting and fishing and all sorts of shit instead of making these dipshit lawyers richer. So it does get really annoying when they're doing their smear campaigns and bullshit stuff to make light of it. Now I remembered. But you can actually still make light of it. And you can talk yourself into that the money you're spending is worth it, because there's lessons that are being learned. And there's truths that are being told. So when someone takes you to court and all they're spewing out there is lies, then you have the fun opportunity to finally set shit straight. And to go with evidence to show and present in a court of law. And then when that evidence is seen, because even if a judge is crooked, they can't just ignore evidence, facts. Because otherwise they're going to be in big trouble, and I'm going to sue the shit out of them, right? And that will be fine too, because then I'll get rich. So maybe that's important. Please fuck me over. So you can talk yourself into feeling good about a situation like that, about having to, fight with someone and spend all this money, which seems unnecessary if you're looking at it from one perspective. But if you look at it from another perspective, then you realize, wait a minute, this is my opportunity to set shit straight. Like, hello, hallelujah, this is amazing. And what a blessing. And yeah, it takes time. But then the blessing of that is you get to practice and master patience. You get to master and practice faith. When, you know, people you love are falling for the bullshit and being turned into like flying monkeys, that's also a fun opportunity for them, because eventually truth gets revealed, and then they do feel like the dumbass that fell for bullshit, and for a long time they're gonna like try to stubbornly hold on to it, possibly. But there comes a point where even if they won't admit it to you because they're too big of pussies, that they have to admit it to themselves, and they themselves have to get away from that person. Even if they themselves are narcissists, narcissists can't stand other narcissists. So they all just sit there and use each other until the point they all murder each other, basically, and have to get rid of each other. And so, like, that's a really fun opportunity for them to grow and learn to not facilitate and enable narcissistically personality disordered or otherwise disordered peoples. So then we get closer and closer as a planet and as a humanity as a whole to not enabling and helping these people. Like, so it's really great, like, wonderful, how fantastic that we're learning to not be facilitators of these lying, cheating, scammer, abuser, crazy people. Because if it's someone that's smearing you, oh shit, sorry. I could have turned the camera away, but I'm kind of a dork and I, didn't think of it. We all pick our nose, everyone relax. It was worth it. I did find things. So, like, what we ultimately want is to not enable these people to do this bad people stuff. So the more people fall for their bullshit, the closer they get to not falling for their bullshit anymore, right? And that's kind of what we're up to here, is to create a better world through experiencing a terrible one. Is one perspective I've heard of, and I like it. I think it makes a lot of sense, and it's true. I mean, allegedly. I don't know if it's true. I ain't gonna fight about it, but I definitely like it. And I stick to that story for my own personal belief system. So that kind of got off into like the more nitty and gritty of how to make light of a discarded narcissist, because when we dump them, like we're talking about how they discard us, we discard them too. When we don't want them in our lives anymore, we're like, peace out, mofo. And they're discarded. So that's exactly how it should be. And when they discard us, they don't fully necessarily break it off because they want to keep us on the sidelines. Well, you're the one that allows yourself to be kept on the sidelines. So, boomer freaking who. But you're actively with them, you're in a relationship with them, and you want to make light and make what they do but like into something that you can use to get closer and more in love and more enjoying each other's company. So like, they're accusing you of getting all sexy and shit so that you can go to, fuck your boyfriend that you're cheating on them with. Then, how can you turn that into a light, fun thing? You could just be like, no way, baby. No one could ever take me from you. You're like the sexiest, best thing on the entire planet. Like, they don't even come near you by like 1,000,000 miles. And then you just like say these things in sweet, loving ways, not defensive and all pissed off. And then you're like rubbing in how they're so damn cute, and I make myself look good every day because I want to look fucking good for you, so that you realize that you're like the sexiest bitch ever, and this shit yours. Like, this shit your property. And that's why I need to look good. I ain't going out the door looking ridiculous, so then people be like, why in the fuck is that guy with her? Like, he's way too good to be with that fugly ass looking female. So like, my ass can look on point, so that other people can see that you're with like an amazing female, so other men can be jealous as fuck of you, because I'm yours, and they can't even touch this shit. If they touch this shit, I'm gonna kick their dicks, or pussies, if you're a guy, whatever. And I need you to remember what the fuck you got here. Think I'm gonna look all fugly, so some other bitch that take care of herself gonna come around and be like, stealing you from me? Fuck no. In her motherfucking dreams, because that shit mine. They want to be worshipped. They want to be treated like gods. They want to feel secure and amazing. And so you give them that. When they're feeling all insecure and accusing you of bullshit, and maybe even being dicks about it, you can turn that shit around in a dime. And then you just, you know, kiss them and love them and mean it. Like, you're not doing this out of being intimidated, little pussy. You're like, oh my God, if I don't do this, like, out of fear. You don't do it out of fear. You do it out of wisdom. You do it out of clarity. You do it out of knowing. You do it out of you're a very secure person in yourself. And my shit gonna look good, because I ain't gonna walk around looking fugly. But this shit yours. And you say that because it's fucking true. And you say that because you want them to feel fucking good about themselves. You say that because it's your job to make them feel good. And you're not going to do that by throwing tantrums and going mental and getting all defensive and buying into their bullshit the way they're trying to sell it, right? You twist and turn that shit into something cute and sexy and fun, and basically like foreplay for y'all to, you know, have makeup sex with later. That's what's going to intrigue him and keep him worshiping you, him or her. And you do shit like that, and you do it every time, then they're going to want to go above and beyond and out of their way to keep you, actually, because you make them feel good. They just want to feel good. It's really so simple. They just want to feel good. It's like, bitch, I'm walking out looking fucking fine right now, leaving you with the kids so I can go do my thing, because I need you to remember what you got. I need you to remember what you got, because while I'm gone, you better not be fucking around on me with some other bitch. Like, you need attention. You're not gonna lightly flirt with jack shit on the Facebook or whatever. You flirt with me, because that's my shit, and I'm gonna flirt right back, and I'm gonna make you feel like the man god or female goddess that you are. They don't need to be seeking out anyone else if they're getting what they need from you. It's really simple. They're very quite simple. They have like child minds. And children just want to have fun. And they want to feel good. So if you can do your part to provide that, then it diffuses a lot of situations that, you know, turn like violent and crazy and yelling and nuts and shit. And don't be necessarily looking and seeking out. Don't look. Okay, that's a different lesson. Never mind. I'm not going to say that. So that's lesson number 6, right? Was it 6?